What is up, everybody? This is Omegabalmung. Welcome back to episode 2 of Gaming Talk with, of course, me, Omegabalmung. Like last week, the week has been going pretty decent so far. Now, not a lot of gaming done. Just pretty much 1 or 2 games. That's pretty much it. I've been kind of just playing those 2 games. If you've seen from the last episode, the games I've been playing are Rust and Digimon, the Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. So that's for the PlayStation 4. If you haven't got a chance to go play it yet, I suggest you go play it. It's a really good game for, you know, starting I guess JRPGers, I guess if you want to say. It's a very simple game. It has a weird story, but it goes through some pretty cool things. It's kind of like Digimon. I said Digimon. Well, it is Digimon. It's kind of like Pokemon, where you kind of go and collect these monsters, and then you can use them, evolve them, devolve them, and things like that. I suggest you go out and play. If you have a PS4, I think it's on PS4 Vita. So if you have one of those 2, I suggest you go out and buy it. It's a fun game, fun to play with. Maybe if you play with your kids too. It's a good kid-friendly game, so it's an awesome game. But I've been playing a lot of Rust lately, and you know what? Like I said, I am addicted to it, and it's like I said, it's just fun. Maybe I'll do some overlay for Rust gameplay and Digimon gameplay, but like I said, I just love playing Rust. I think it's a fun game to play. I'm really addicted to it. So every time I get back from school, I just go boop right to Rust, play with my cousins in Rust, and like I said, I just like to farm things, do a few raids here and there. I technically don't like to do too much raiding, but if my number is called upon, and I'll help out. But most of the time, I just like to go out and farm and do things like that. So I won't talk too much about those 2 games because I already, of course, talked about it way too much last week. So, like I said, Digimon, awesome game you should go get. Rust, it's a game that actually, if you could run it, I suggest you go out and buy it too. It's a really fun game to play. Like I said, you can just go out and do different things. You can go build, you can go raid, you can go kill people, you do whatever you want to do. You can do that in the game. So I just tend to like to build and kind of just farm for materials. But anyways, those are pretty much the only 2 games I played this week. Not too much. This might be a shorter episode because, like I said, it's more towards if I play anything new, I'll probably talk more about it, but I haven't played too much new games, so I'll just keep it as those 2 games. I mean, I play a little bit of Street Fighter again. I just kind of wanted to play a little bit. I actually got into a match, and then I got whooped, and then I was like, boop. I'm trying to get back into playing Dying Light again. I think my cousin just bought it too, so it's gonna be a 4 of us linked up together. My brother and my other 2 cousins and me. So, and then my buddy, of course, too. So maybe if we could do, I think it's only 4 players, so we'll kind of have to swap in and out. Maybe I'll be the guy who gets swapped out because, you know what, I don't play too much, and if I try to, little bit of a scaredy cat to play it, so I get all freaked out, and they're super strong already, so but let's just get into the meat of gaming talk here. I kind of wanted to talk about a few things, of course, that just came out. I have them all on paper here, so if you hear me flipping through paper, this is what I'm actually looking at. I think it's better to have, paper here where I can actually talk about it and give you guys some info, just like what I was doing in the statues. And that one, I'm actually moving to a Wednesday because Saturday will be a little bit too hard to do because I can kind of do a back-to-back kind of deal. So I'm switching that to Wednesday because I have time on Wednesday, and then any other of those days will just be whatever I post up. So Fridays will be gaming talk. And then Wednesdays will be statues and figure talk. So look forward to that. I did have episode 1 that I just posted a few days ago, so if you haven't seen that. But this is, like I said, this is gaming talk. This is where we talk about gaming news around the world, or at least somewhat a part of the world, I guess. Today, so I don't have this one down, but I wanted to talk about that Uncharted 4 trailer, the Thief's End trailer. My gosh, that trailer looked fan-freaking-tastic. If you can see the game, I'm playing Rust in the back here. You probably can't see it, but you'll see just like a big, I guess, light there. But that's what I'm having in the background, the Rust. But anyways, the gameplay trailer, or at least the story trailer for Uncharted 4, looked freaking fantastic. That's all I can say. I mean, when I was watching it, I was kind of in bed already. I'm just kind of like flipping through it. I was watching it, and literally I just got up and said, "Hot damn!" I was just like, "Woo! This is some great stuff." There was a controversy in it though, because in one of the scenes where Drake is kind of reminiscing about the past, and he looks up into the picture, and then you see like a picture frame with a little picture in there. Well, the problem was that was a concept art from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and then a few hours later, after the trailer was posted up, Neil Druckmann, is it Neil Druckmann that talked about it on Twitter? But he said that it was their fault. They didn't do all their what they were doing, so they took down the trailer and put up a new one with new of everything. And Neil Gaff went fun with that. I was on there. I was looking. They put like a picture of what's her name again? Oh, Cole. And there, it was funny. It was hilarious. You see gifts like that. I suggest you go look, see if you can find, Uncharted 4 funny gifts, and you'll find a bunch of them. It was just hilarious. But like I said, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, I suggest you go and watch it. It is probably one of my most anticipated games of this year. If it does come out this year, hopefully it does. But so far, they said it's this year. And after watching the trailer, my jaw dropped. I was fanning myself. I was just like, "Woo! This game looks hot. It's freaking it looks fantastic." I showed it to my brother, and he was just like, "What am I watching? This looks so good." So the Naughty Dog guys, they do really good, at what they do, and they make great games, and they make great looking games at the same time too. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, it lives up to what it is. It's supposed to be the end of the Uncharted series so far, or at least Nathan Drake story. So we'll see what happens then. But like I said, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, go out and go watch it. I mean, for real, it looks fantastic. The next up is a little news coming from. They're talking about how PlayStation 4 is estimated to lifetime sales to pass 100 million units. This is coming from a group called DFC. I don't know what this stands for. I'm looking at this article here, and I don't see anything about what DFC is, but they said that it's estimation that or forecast, I should say, that it's going to be over 100 million units sold. So I can kind of see it because it's actually outpacing the PS3. I think the PS3 sits at about these are not real numbers, so maybe I'm just throwing them out. But if I remember right, it was like 80 something million. So it is outpacing the PS3 already. So I can see it hitting freaking 100 million units sold. I mean, PS2 had like 100 something 50 or something like that, 170, 200 million. I can't remember. It was a pretty big number. I think the PlayStation 1 had like 110 or something. So if it could reach that 100 million plus, that to me would be freaking fantastic. I love the PS4. I love the games that are coming out for the PS4. Indie games. We have a resurgence of JRPG games, even if they're not as high quality, high tier as what we've seen in the PlayStation 1 days. I'm just excited to see anything come out, because you know what, the PS3 era, the 360 PS3 era had pretty much a big drought of JRPGs that just didn't come out, and mostly on the PS3, because I'm a Sony fanboy, and I love playing on the PlayStation. And the first few years of the PlayStation had nothing, and I literally bought the PS3 because you know what? PS1 had a lot of JRPG games. PS2 had a ton of them too, and I was just like, hey, the PS3 should have some, and never came out until like a few years in. So more than a few years in, and you know what? I'm so happy to see that they're doing that, and hopefully it translates into sales-wise, mostly for the PS4. Like I said, if they're forecasting to hit 100 million, it's probably going to be pretty close. Either it's going to be close or they're going to hit it. So I'm super excited about that. Next up is from Take-Two. Holy smokes. Take-Two has said that they are going to E3 in a big way. So we don't really know what the Take-Two is doing, I guess. Hopefully they bring something, maybe we'll see a Red Dead Redemption. Maybe we'll see a new Borderlands game, which is Take-Two is I think it was like 2K. And Grand Theft Auto and all those kind of games. Hopefully we see something. We're always going to see a 2K17, I should say, an NBA 2K17. Hopefully we do see a new Borderlands game. That would be awesome. I don't know what I really want from the Borderlands game is the MMO Borderlands game, because it fits that mostly. Spoiler alert! In was it Borderlands 2 when they open up the last vault and it opens up and you see all these universes in the air, you know, where all these vaults are. That would be awesome. To go to different universes and go, even if it's not an MMO, I guess, to go to different planets, to go look at these vaults and things like that, that would be pretty awesome. Maybe we'll get a new Red Dead Redemption game. That's a fantastic game on the PS3 and 360, and is it on PC? I don't. Yes, no. I don't remember. I don't think it is, but. Hopefully we get something new from there. Hopefully we get something for Grand Theft Auto 5, maybe a story DLC mission. We haven't seen one yet. We did see a little leak of one of the characters. I don't remember what his name was, but he said that they were doing something, so it was kind of like leaked, and so they're doing a story mission. So hopefully we see something like that, because like I said, we haven't seen anything yet. We've just seen a lot of online missions, and you know what, that would be pretty awesome to see that. So some other stuff, yeah, hopefully we see Mafia 3. A lot of people have been down on Mafia 3. I did really enjoy Mafia 2, so hopefully Mafia 3 kind of lives up to that. What I liked about Mafia 3 was bring you into that era of time that I think was the 50s, right? Or the 60s, I can't remember, but this one's supposed to be, I think, the 80s or 60s? No, this is supposed to be the 60s. 60s or 70s, so that must have been like the 40s or the 50s of Mafia 2. Hopefully, you know, they can do that again, and they bring you into that world of, you know, you're living in this world, and they kind of, you know, it looks great just being in that world, and you felt like you lived in that world, and that's what I liked about them. So maybe Battleborn, we'll see more about Battleborn. I'm not really excited about it, but you know, I'm willing to try it out. Is it free to play or not? I don't remember if it was. It's probably buy and then, you know, buy to play. It's like a arena shooter, I guess. But like I said, they're coming in to E3 in a big way. We'll see what happens. Like I said, they have so many announcements that people can see it happening, and hopefully it does work out. Am I getting shot at? Nope. If you can see in the back there, I have windows laced everywhere. You probably cannot see, but I have windows that I'm just sitting there, and they could probably shoot me through it. But not a lot of people come to our area. But that is it for that one. Next up is, what do we have here? We have, oh my gosh, this is pretty big for me. I want to say I'm a Pokemon fan. I haven't been a really big fan really since second gen, I think so. So what was that? Was it Red and Blue was first gen? Gold? Gold and Silver? And Sapphire? Whatever. I think it was though. But like I said, I haven't really, you know, dig deep into a Pokemon game since literally the first gen. So it's been a while since I really played. I played them all, but and the other ones are, I kind of just touched into, because I felt like all the games are all the same. But a few days, like last night, the Pokemon, what's it called? Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon was kind of leaked out in China, I think so, and they had like a big old, I guess it got leaked, and now it's just like, oh yeah, might as well just release everything. They released some info. They released a trailer for that. They kind of just, the trailer's really about a minute or so, a minute and a half long. They kind of show the progression of how Pokemon is going from, you know, Red until now, or is it X and Y, and then they show like little clips of what Moon and Sun is going to look like. I think that's what it is. Hopefully that's what it is. But we did get a solid, not a solid date, but a solid time frame of when it's coming out. Let's say it says holiday 2016. Of course, it's on the 3DS. Darn it! But you know what? I am hoping to see a Pokemon game out for the NX. Hopefully that's true. Not true, but hopefully my dreams come true and we see a real live Pokemon game that comes out for the console. That, like I said, yes, have I said this before? But if there were to make a Pokemon game that came out for, you know, the console, it's just literally like Pokemon, but for the consoles, I think it'll be the biggest system seller for me. I would buy like 3 systems just to buy it. If they had 2 kind of versions too, I would buy 2 systems just to buy it. You know, I'm a big fan of Pokemon, and you know, it's great to see these games coming out, but you know, I want to see them out for something else instead for handheld, because I don't play too much handheld, unfortunately. But Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, you got a bunch of things that came out with it. You could import your Pokemon from the bank and things like that. Let's see, it's coming out in English, French, German, Japanese, Korean, and Spanish. And of course, it says right here, traditional and simplified Chinese. So they're going to have a big old language catalog for that. So that's pretty awesome. But that is pretty much it for this week. Those are the biggest topics I wanted to talk about, because those, like I said, those are the ones that kind of really just caught my eye, and I really did enjoy. You know, I'm a big fan of what those news are, and that's the reason why I picked them. That's how I get these subjects. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. You know what? Let's talk about it on the comments if you guys want to. You know, what's your favorite Pokemon game? Do you think the PlayStation 4 is going to hit 100 million units sold? What do you think is going to? What do you think? EA's, or not EA, but Take-Two's bringing to E3. See what they have. Like I said, they have a ton of games they could bring out, and hopefully we do see them, and other things like that. So if you have any questions on the comments, go ahead and ask them. But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys come back next week for some more gaming talk. That'll be episode 3. This is Omegabalmung, and I'll see everybody next time. Peace out.